Shut up and sit down.
Hello folks, Colin here, Festa 67's Workshop, and welcome to issue 54 of Build Your Own Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 from the year 1967, and it's from our good old mates up at DeAgostini. Now, if you would like to grab this and build along with me folks, head over to this link all the way along here. There's a clickable version in the description below. Bink. And take out a subscription for this beautiful 1/6 scale model, folks. Yes, 1/6 scale. It's a big one. Let's have a scoot through the magazine. You've got the all-American motorhomes going back to the big old RVs. Yes, folks. Oh, yes. Brings back memories, these do. These first appeared in the US, where they enabled people to travel in comfort across the vast continents of North America. Yeah, they're great for out there, but over in the UK, they're not the greatest. We had one birthed in France that we used to go around Europe in, and we used to put the bike on the back of it. We'd park the RV at the site, and then we'd go into all the destinations on the bike, but it wasn't practical in the UK, so when the boys got born, we kind of sold ours. But yeah, there you go. There's the inside. Opulence of some motorhomes can be truly stunning. They certainly can. And these are the Airstreams that you often see towed around in the US. Yeah, a lot of them still on the road. All the creature comforts. That's a very space age looking one there, isn't it? The big old six-wheeler. Today's components are going to be the upper suspension arms, so we get to stiffen up the front suspension. If you remember rightly, when we last was on, we attached the front wheels, but they was very fragile because they was only on the bottom wishbones. Today we get to just secure that and make that a little bit more easier for us to move around on the bench. So that's what we got today, the upper wishbones. They'll all be going together. And then we'll need our chassis in so that we can mount them on the chassis and tighten up that front suspension, folks. Next up, you've got Dan Gurney, who was always fast. Many US drivers have succeeded in NASCAR, Can-Am and Indy Formula races, but few have also carved out a career in Europe. And of that select group, Dan Gurney was one of the most brilliant. He was, folks. Absolute legend, bless him. Yeah, and there he is there doing his thing. Yeah, iconic era of motorsport, but also a very tragic era of motorsport. So yes, folks, and there, yeah, all the data sheets and everything. So yeah, bless him. But there you go. So that's the magazine done, folks. So let's just flip back. We'll get our parts out on the bench. We'll bring the chassis in and we'll get this old suspension nailed down today, folks, okay? Right, folks, what it's telling us is we've got 54C and 54D. These are the different sides, so we just want to get these orientated. So this is 54D, that is the right upper suspension arm. This one, by powers of deduction, will be the left. We've then got a left and right here. That's the left, and then there's the pins, okay? So we'll grab the left side and start that. We've got 54A and 54C going in, folks, okay? So it's telling us that we want it with the two dimples facing upwards, basically ejector pin marks. And then this facing that way round, okay? So that's what we want, and then we're going to be feeding through this guide pin, okay? So it's telling you that you've got your left and your right and everything marked in there, so we're happy with that. And then we just want to feed one of these pins in. Now they've got a knurled end on them, as you can see there. So that's going to go through, and then using our grippy pliers of grippiness, we'll then be pushing that home to lock that in place, okay? So I just want to line that up. I'll then bring in my grippy pliers of grippiness and we'll get that squeezed home just like that. Okay, now that's in situ, that's going nowhere. Okay, so that's that side done. We'll then do the same now with this side. Okay, so that's what it's telling us. We want it that way round, like so, and we want it with the plate facing that way round. Okay, so it does that. That's what we want, folks. So let's grab our last pin, pop that in its relative hole like so, send that in, and then we'll do the same again with our pliers of grippiness, just like so. Bink. And that's gone in and sent that fully home. So we're done with them for now, so we don't want them. And then we'll keep our right and our left to their relative sides. Now we're going to be attaching these to the chassis, folks. Okay, right, let's try and get this all in place for you, where you can actually see what we are doing. So this is where it gets a bit complicated, but we're lining that up in there, and then we're going to be coming right over into here like so. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. So let's grab a screw and get this started off for you, and let's try and get one of these in for you. So it's a bit of a fiddle, but I'm going to hang the weight of the suspension off of it, and it should then put it into place like so. Then we'll do the same again, and already this is beginning to have the desired effect, folks, of pulling this suspension tight, because there's a lot of weight going on this at the moment, and I was worried that it would struggle. So, and then we want a DS12, one of them, to go in the top, the one with the built-in washer holds in the suspension on the top wishbone there. So let's just lift that and try and get that where we can actually see it going in place. I think I'm going to take that wheel off. There you go, I can see clearly now. So that's what we want. We want that in there, and then we can screw that fully home then. There you go. Let's get that fully homed like so, and then we can just back that off a tad. Like so. So that's what we want. Put that wheel back on now. Grab our screw. But straight away that's pulled that suspension nice and tight, which is the one thing that was really worrying me about this. There you go. And as you can see, that's going to be ready for turny kins. So let's see whether we can do this one from this side and get that hooked in. So I'm going to go for it and get that on the wishbone first on this side, because I can see where the bolt is going, or the screw. So let's go straight in there and get that on. Fully home it, and then take it back a quarter, and then by rights that should let us now drop that down in there like so. grab one of these DS02s, bit of oil on the end, just like so. And then we can just screw that in place like that. But that's literally toughened that front suspension right up now. So I'm a lot more comfortable moving it around now, because I was concerned that it was a bit fragile in its previous state to move around, whereas now I'm comfortable lifting that and putting it around and moving it about the bench. So that's what we're going to have at this stage. As you can see, that has made a huge difference doing that today. So that's where we should be on your Mustang, folks. We've got a fully rolled chassis now, nice and strong. Suspension, wishbones are all in place. So we'll leave it there. Don't forget, if you want to grab this and build along with me, this massive, massive car, look at that. That's huge, isn't it? Then head over to this link all the way along there. That'll take you to the DeAgostini website, where you can take out a subscription for this beautiful 1/6 scale Ford Mustang, folks. Also, to help me out and to keep the channel alive and the content coming, click that little festa there and subscribe to the channel. It's free. And also, whilst you're there, consider ringing the bell, notifications set to all. That way you'll get notified of all future content. In the meantime, thank you so much for coming in and keeping me company. I really do appreciate it. Stay safe and well, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.